Alright, so what I thought I'd do today is a little disassembly and reassembly video of the Mossberg 500. So let's get started. First thing that you want to do is pull the bolt back about halfway. Make sure that you're safe. And then pull the barrel off. From there we're going to take the pin out for the trigger housing. I've got my Glock Armory tool here. Just pop that right out. I'm going to take the trigger group out. Take the cartridge stop and the cartridge interrupter out. Just like that. From there you want to take the bolt slide out, which is right here. Might have to slide it back a little bit. In my case forward, pull it right out. The fore end comes right off. From there you're going to push the bolt out. Comes right out the front. And then we're going to take the elevator out by squeezing it together. Comes right out. So that's the easy part. Getting it back together is a little bit more tricky. One thing that I like to do while we have everything apart here, let's push these out of the way, is we're going to grab the fore end, the bolt, and the bolt slide so we can see how everything fits together here. You can see that there's a spot right here where the little lip catches like that. And on the fore end, you have these tabs that fit on these little grooves here on the side, just like that. So we can see how everything lines up. Make it a little bit easier once we get into it. So that's how it fits, just like that. So if we take the bolt slide out, you can see that it fits together just about like that. So that's how we're going to do it once we get it in the shotgun. Just a thing to remember. So first we're going to put the elevator in. You want to squeeze it together, and it's got two tabs here. You want to fit them in the big holes on the shotgun here. And the receiver, make sure they're in there nice and good. And this one quite isn't in there. There we go. So that's in there. I'm going to take the bolt, slide it right in the front. Sometimes this can be a little pain in the neck here. There we go. And we're going to take the fore end, slide it over the magazine tube. What you want to do here is there's a couple holes. You want to make sure the bars get in there. There we go. That's some better lighting for you. So get the bars in the holes like so. Once they're in there, you're going to have to pull them down a little bit. Slide them in. And remember how we lined it up before. Push this forward a little bit here. Kind of hard to see, but should be about like that. Can you see that? Okay. So this should fit in there pretty easily. And there we go. Got it in there. Okay. Now we're going to take the cartridge interrupter and the cartridge stop, get them in there. This one has a little tab on the side, so it's pretty easy to see how it goes in. Goes in just like that. And the trick to this is you want to make sure it's in there just right. And then we're going to take this one, fits in just like this on the other side. Same with this one, you want to make sure it fits in there real nice, because that's the trick to getting the trigger housing group back in. It's a little bit tricky, but as long as you've done this right, should be okay. And the other thing is, you want the bolt to be a little bit forward so it doesn't block it. Alright, so let's see if we did this right. Last time I did this I was kind of fumbling a little bit. And there we go, nice and easy. So that's the trick, is you want to get these the cartridge stop and the cartridge interrupter to fit in there just right. Then this should just slide right in. Okay, and then we're going to take the pin, put that back in. And like I said before in another video, you don't want to force this. You can kind of move the trigger housing group around a little bit here. And it should slide right in nice and easy like. And before I put the barrel on, what I wanted to mention is the last time I did this, I noticed that the magazine tube was a little bit loose. So you want to make sure that's screwed in nice and tight. Alright, so make sure the bolt's halfway back again. Gonna take the barrel, put it on, make sure you get it in straight, just like that. Screw it on. Let's see, looks like it's lined up okay. And there we go. There we go. All set. You're going to do a little function test. What I do is I'll check the safety first. Pull the safety off. Pull the trigger. Good. I'll keep the trigger held down. Cock it once. Make sure it resets. And pulls again. Good. And make sure the slide stop... because I pulled the trigger. One thing to note is the slide stop isn't going to work unless the trigger is cocked. So you have to have the trigger cocked for the slide stop to work. In other words, if you pull the trigger, the slide stop isn't going to work. Probably a good thing to say there. Anyway, that's about it. We're all set. I hope that helped you guys out a little bit. Be safe. Happy shooting.